Welcome to the windswept, hair-swept industrial wastelands of the northeast of England. We are actually between Middlesbrough and Hartlepool. Why the hell are we here? Well, I had to do it. I need to see a Northern Marsh Orchid. Every year for like 4 or 5 years I said I'm going to head north at some point and tick these off my list. So I'm up here for a day and a half and I've got to see a Northern Marsh Orchid. I will see one because they're as common up here as Southern Marsh are down in Peterborough, so we will find loads and loads. What else we find, just stick with me because I have no idea. We're just going to have a tour around a few sites and see what's what. At the moment we're on the pretty much on the mouth of the River Tees. This is Teesmouth Nature Reserve and I'm in a field absolutely rammed full of orchids. And I can see Northern Marsh Orchid already, so I'm just going to get down, take a few shots and see where it takes us. Should be good. Looks promising. There you have it, the first Northern Marsh Orchid of the trip. Beautiful dark, vibrant colours. Beautiful flower. I mean, they are Southern Marsh Orchid in the north, but the primary differences are this very, very rich dark tone that you don't get with the Southern Marsh Orchid, and also you've got a sort of more diamond shaped flower, particularly the one down the bottom left there. It's caused by the edges of the flower curling upwards. They're actually the same shaped flower as the Southern Marsh, but the edges curl up and it gives the impression they've got straight edges and a sort of diamond tone to them. Very nice. That's a bit of a clonker. That is a hybrid, just like the Southern Marsh and Northern Marsh cross-pollinates with the common spotted, and that is a Northern Marsh cross common spotted orchid. Lovely patterns. That's a big hybrid Northern Marsh, common spotted, spots on the leaves. That's a big one. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting to find one of these. That is a rhodocilla form of the Northern Marsh Orchid. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't even know these existed. Another beautifully marked hybrid. think the colours on these Northern Marsh Orchids are absolutely fantastic. They really do stand out, and there are hundreds of them in this field. What a clonker. That's another nice hybrid. Little pyramidal orchid. They're considered quite rare up here, unlike down near Peterborough. Often referred to as rare in these parts. Northern Marsh Orchids everywhere. Lovely bouquet of Northern Marsh Orchid there, all clumped together. Common spotted orchid. There's not many pure common spotteds here, and that is one or two. That's a huge, undoubtedly first generation hybrid Northern Marsh common spotted. Spots everywhere. Lovely flower. Nice markings on that one. Just going to check if there's any spots on the leaves. There actually aren't any, so it's a Northern Marsh Orchid. Well, I'm going to say early Marsh Orchid. I don't think it's any sort of variation of an early marsh orchid despite the colour. There's a slight pink one at the very top, so it looks like probably just an incarnata form. Lovely markings on that one. Could just be a common spotted. Could be a hybrid as well. Incredible colouring on that. The flower at the top is almost red. I thought I'd drop back in on this absolute gem before leaving. I was kind of spooked up in the dunes here that I'd actually called this as something it wasn't. I've just had a closer look at the flowers. You cannot see any patterning, so if this was a common spotted, it would be a rhodochilla. But obviously it's not common spotted. It's a Northern Marsh orchid. No spots on the leaves, flower shape's right, and yeah, I don't know what it's called. I've called it rhodochilla. It's probably got another name. If so, it'll be at the bottom of the screen as it was with the previous shot. But yeah, what a fantastic orchid that is. Absolutely brilliant. Incredible markings on that. It looks just like a common spotted. I mean, it could be a hybrid, but I'd say common spotted with brilliant markings. Lovely group of hybrids. Right, yeah, windswept, what do you expect? Coastal dunes, absolutely brilliant. I'm sure there's more orchid rich locations on this one, but I've seen hundreds and hundreds of Northern Marsh, so I'm going to move on, move a little bit up the coast to another similar location, which I added to the itinerary today because I thought if I didn't find what I wanted here, then that was my substitute site. But I've certainly found Northern Marsh Orchid and more. That rhodochilla, in inverted commas, whatever it's called, absolutely incredible, absolutely brilliant. That was a great start to the tour. So I'm going to crack on now because I'm going to run out of time otherwise, and I will see you at the next windswept dune. Welcome to Crimdon Dunes. We're about 8 or 9 miles further up the coast, just the other side of Hartlepool. It looks quite nice here. A nice beach, windswept again. More dunes really. Just going to check out the dunes above the beach. It looked a likely spot on maps, so I'm just going to check it out. Don't expect to see anything different to what we've just seen, but yeah, always worth checking out. So we'll go and see what it's got to offer. Interesting. Seems to be a nice little group of bee orchids in this, well, I don't know what you call it, sort of patch of a mini meadow really. Plenty of pyramidal orchids here, not a lot else. It's a nice sort of two-tone pyramidal. Lovely group of very brightly coloured pyramidal orchids there. Okay, there you go. Not a lot. Pyramidal orchid. If you like pyramidal orchids, it's a good site. There's a lot of them, and they're nicely coloured as well. I'm just not a big fan of pyramidal orchids, as you probably know. And that's it, apart from the little bee orchid meadow up by the car park. Couldn't find anything else of great interest, so I'm going to crack on to morning site number 3. Should be good. Looking forward to this one. Welcome to Hawthorn Dene. I was always going to come to this spot, but mainly because it says flower meadows, disused quarry. It's got to be good. So that was my original reason, but I've been given a tip off by Chris. Thanks, Chris. I know you never watch this, but thanks, Chris, about a very special orchid that I've seen a photograph of. He's given me some instructions as to how to get close to it, so I'm hoping to find that, but it should be a good site all round, so quite looking forward to this one. Hawthorn Dene. Oh, that's about a mile and a half so far through these woods, and it's up and down and up and down. Still haven't reached either the flower meadows or the quarry, which is what I'm looking for first, so hopefully we're fairly near. Not looking forward to going back. Crack on. That looks a bit more encouraging. Looks a bit more like a flower meadow to me. And I can see orchids in it. It's a flower meadow. Hallelujah. Bit of an old school flower meadow. It's all common spotted orchids so far, which is quite unusual nowadays. Lovely markings on that little one. That one is a bit of a clonker. Certainly hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of common spotted in this big hay meadow. I shall come back to this on the way back because I've only looked at about 1/3 of it. And I can see some pyramidals in the distance as well. I think this is the road to the quarry, or the track to the quarry. That's really what I'm looking for. Fingers crossed. Quarry workings. That's got to be promising. I certainly won't be going in that one. There must be an old disused one somewhere. That must be it, surely. It's a nice pink blushed white common spotted orchid with no obvious markings on it. Quite strange. Lovely colours on that one. Northern Marsh Orchid, no less. First one of those I've seen here. Common Twayblade getting battered. Wasn't expecting one of these. A pair of what I believe are chalk fragrant orchids. I don't think there'll be anything else would make sense in a quarry like this. Good to see though. Building up a bit of a collection now on this site, pretty varied. Couple of clonkers there. They're quite densely flowered, which would make them marsh fragrant orchids rather than chalk fragrant, but I'll have to leave that till I get back home and look them up. They're quite strongly scented as well. It's a fragrant orchid, that's as far as I'll go here. The wind had stopped blowing. It's one of those nice, almost two-tone common spotted orchids. Seen a couple of those this year. The more I see these, the more I'm convinced these are marsh fragrant orchid, even though it's not particularly marshy here. The flowers are very, very densely packed, and you don't get that with chalk fragrant orchids. I think that is a marsh fragrant orchid. Only one of about 3 or 4 I've seen in this quarry. There's no doubt about it, that is a marsh fragrant orchid, and a big one. Very nice. Right, that's enough of that quarry. I think hour and 50 minutes I was there. I mean, there are thousands of orchids there, thousands upon thousands. Mostly common spotted, but as you saw, quite a few other varieties there, and yeah, fantastic site, really, really good. The special orchid, the hybrid that I wanted to see, which was common spotted cross frog orchid, Dactylorhiza cross mixed him, I think it's called. I mean, you get one chance in a lifetime to see something like that, and there's one there, and I've walked within yards of it and I can't find it, and I've spent so long now looking for it that I've got to walk away. I can't find it, so there you go. Bit of a shame. That's going to haunt me for a while, but yeah, I've run out of ways of looking for it now. I've done everything, so I'm obviously getting something wrong. So I'm going to slowly head back. I've got the flower meadow still to check out because I only skimmed through it on the way, so I'm going to skim through a different part of it this time, see if there's anything going on there, and then back to the car, and there's one more site after that, but yeah, flower meadow time now. Hawthorn Dene meadows, and they stretch as far as the eye can see, and they are rammed full of common spotted orchids. I did one of them. I'm going to do one of the others. That one. See what turns up. Very, very few of the common spotteds are anything but white in background. They're all the sort of low amount of pigmentation going on in here. I think chances of finding a rhodochill is 0. This is about as brightest common spotted I've seen, or darkest. The eyes are watching you. Right, long slog back to the car now. Yeah, Hawthorn Dene, very good. I mean, thousands of orchids and plenty of variety too. You could spend a day here easily, so yeah, well worth a visit if you're ever over this way. Disappointed I didn't see the hybrid. That's going to do me in for a while, but there you go. I tried my hardest. I didn't give up easy, just wasn't where I thought it was going to be, and that's it. But never mind. One more site to go, so get back to the car, and that should be a good one. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. So I'll see you there. Right, final leg of the day, final trip of the day, final visit of the day. Bishop Middleham Quarry. Dark red Helleborine. It's a very, very rare Helleborine, and most of them grow here. Now the big risk for me is I'm early. They shouldn't flower for 2 to 3 weeks, but there's supposed to be 1,000 plus that grow here normally, so surely one's going to be in flower, surely. So that's the main target. There might be a few other things there, but dark red Helleborine, got to find that, got to end the day on a high. Let's go and have a look. That's the one. Clonker of a common spotted orchid. Very nice. Nice bee orchid. And that's our third different orchid in the space of a couple of minutes. I'm 90% certain that's a hybrid Northern Marsh common spotted. Spotted leaves, hollow stem, and the right colour. Flower. Lovely markings on that one, another hybrid. I've not actually found a Northern Marsh yet, a pure Northern Marsh, but I'm pretty sure there will be a few around. Another cute hybrid. Still looking for a pure Northern Marsh, haven't found one yet. I do like these hybrids, these Northern Marsh common spotted. They're very nice orchids, very nice flowers. There you go, a small Northern Marsh orchid. That's a nice clonker of a hybrid. Very nice. Common Twayblade. Trying to collect as many different types of orchid as I can find, and it's a fair number here considering I haven't yet found a Helleborine. There you have a dark red Helleborine, about 8 inches tall, but who cares, it is in full flower. First one I've ever seen. Very nice. It's another one just opening. There are hundreds around actually, but they're not in flower. They're only about a week away. But yeah, I've been lucky really to get a couple. A much bigger Helleborine. I really enjoyed that. Bishop, Middleham, Quarry. That was good. Yeah, it was varied terrain, plenty of orchids again. maybe only 3 or 4 red, dark red Helleborine in flower. The rest are about to flower. There are hundreds. They're literally only a week away. But yeah, lovely sight. Just enjoyed that. A little bit of everything. Very peaceful, apart from a couple of kids playing, but why not? But yeah, I enjoyed that. I'd love to come back here one day, but I think I've seen just about everything that it's got. So, but that's the day done. Day 2, which is half a day, will start early tomorrow, and I will see you then.